cleanliness into one of the most effective and respected environmental science and public education organizations in the nation, now called PRBO Conservation Science. So Ellie speaks with the authority of someone whose message is grounded firmly in top-flight research and analysis. And one more thing about Ellie. She really gets the importance of partnerships. She's so good at bringing together a range of stakeholders around a common goal, be it protecting habitats for birds or designing wetland restoration projects to take sea level rise into account. And because she's such an effective collaborator, she gets tapped to serve on so many steering committees and executive committees. It's remarkable that she can keep them all straight or even get their names right. And yet at the same time, she's always available to return a phone call or an email to answer my questions on the critical topic of climate change impacts on Bay Area ecosystems. How do you do all of this, Ellie, and do it with such a warm smile and hearty laugh, and raise two beautiful kids as well? I have no idea, but I'm so glad that you do. For all these reasons, Ellie, it gives me the greatest pleasure to present you with the 2012 Bay Nature Local Hero Award for Conservation Advocacy. Here's a picture on the cover of Bay Nature magazine.
Well, thank you so much. I am truly humbled and honored by this award. And I can't tell you how moved I was when David sent me this email telling me about this, and I still am today, even more so. So thank you so very much. I have to say, though, it isn't just me. There are no single heroes. We all work together. And we couldn't possibly accomplish the kinds of things that we have or address the challenges before us without all of us working together. And I really believe that this acknowledgement belongs also to PRBO's Board of Directors, and we have two of our board members here tonight, and PRBO's incredible science staff and outreach staff, and our members and supporters, some of whom are here, and our partners, Coastal Conservancy, East Bay Parks, Sonoma Land Trust, and many others who are here today. It's just fantastic. That's how it works. We all have to work together. I also want to thank my partner Mickey and my kids. We decided yesterday at the last minute we should bring our kids to this. They should see what people are doing. A few weeks ago, my 9-year-old daughter Leah said to Mickey and me, she basically announced to us that she was going to play Quidditch in college.
Right. Yeah.
Now, I can hear that some of you are familiar with the Harry Potter series and this make-believe game where people fly on broomsticks and there are balls with wings and 6 hoops. And I just looked at her and I thought, uh-oh. Leah, we have to talk. We need to separate fact from fiction. And she looked at me as though I had come from another solar system. She said, Mom, they really do play Quidditch in college today. And sure enough, she's right. They do it on the ground, not in the air. But it did make me think a lot about separating fact from fiction. And unfortunately today, here in 2012, with all that we know about climate change and what is happening around the world because of our burning of fossil fuels and our tearing down of forests and other disturbance of nature, we have presidential candidates who are denying human-caused climate change, who get front-page media every single day. It's shocking. It is truly shocking. We have a national newspaper that many business people look to for some of the best news in the country on business, but in their opinion page just ran an op-ed by a handful of fringe scientists saying that climate change is a hoax and repeating some of these same myths that have been put out over the past decade and refuted again and again by multiple national scientific societies and international scientific societies. In fact, the Wall Street Journal opinion page had before that rejected an opinion piece or a science piece about climate change that was authored by 255 scientists of the National Academies of Science. We have a long way to go in one way. The last year, 2011, we had the most extreme weather events ever recorded, the most costly in terms of dollars and lives, and it's just, unfortunately, the beginning. We know that we will face more and more of these extremes. The great news is that through the kinds of partnerships and the people represented in this room, we can make a very big difference. And not just sometime way in the distant future, but now. We're looking at what are the greatest challenges that are expected that we will face. These extreme events, sea level rise, drought, heavy storms, more intense heat events. And the great news is that by working with nature-based solutions, we can protect the wildlife that we love and inspire us, and also protect human communities and our livelihood. I see my time is up, but I want to thank you. I just remind you of the Chinese symbol for crisis is also the same symbol for opportunity. And we need to take this moment in the history of life on Earth, and we're here now, and go for it with all the gusto that we can, because together we really can make a huge difference for ourselves and for our future. I also really want to thank Bay Nature, communicating these issues in a way that touches people's hearts, gets them out in nature, and all the different ways that you, through Bay Nature, are communicating to the public in this area. You have definitely filled a void over this past decade that was desperately needed. And I thank you all for supporting Bay Nature. Thank you all for the great work you do for ourselves and for our future. Thank you.